Victor with Minji. Today she and I are going to go over drop it and leave it. Now this is something that, sorry, Minji just went to the water park, so she is drying off here. This is something that we've noticed that she can work on because Minji gets super excited when we play with toys with her here at daycare. But the only thing is it would be a bit more fun if she would give the toy back to us so that we could continue throwing it for her and for the other dogs. So that's what I want to work on with her today. I know maybe she is better about it at home because with all the other dogs around, a lot of times like they feel some competition. Let me adjust the camera here. It's a bit too low. There we go. Sometimes they feel competition and so they need to, hang on to that toy a little bit more desperately. But it's really good for her to go over regardless. Now, drop it is for when she already has something in her mouth, and leave it is for before she picks something up. However, with leave it, you don't want to use it with her toys or anything that is for her. Like when you're feeding her, if you want her to wait while you put the bowl down, don't tell her to leave it because you are going to release her and she can go up to that food bowl and she can have the food inside. Instead, you should use something like wait. Now that's because leave it, we want her to know that leave it means leave it forever, don't ever touch it. So, say if you're out for a walk and she sees some object on the street or a present that another dog left behind, anything like that, you can tell her leave it there because you don't want her picking it up, you don't want her getting near it, you want to continue on your walk. Also, for your things around the house, like your shoes or something like that, leave it would be good for that because she's not supposed to touch it and she never has a reason to. You can use leave it for food, but that's only if it's something like people food that drops on the ground and you don't want her to have. And it's obviously very different than her food, and so hopefully she should understand that. Leave it is to protect your property and also to protect her in case whatever she's getting into could be dangerous or harmful to her. So I'm going to work on leave it first to see how she does. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have objects that, kind of random, but if Minji does go out of her way and grab them, they aren't going to harm her at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down on her level. I'm going to put the object in front of her. When she goes to sniff it, I'm just going to swipe my hand between her nose and the object and say, leave it. By doing that, I might, brush up against her nose, or regardless, my hand kind of going in between and breaking up her line of vision there is, going to kind of make her pause. It's going to surprise her. And I'm going to keep doing that until she sits back and isn't interested in the object anymore. Then I will reward her. Now, we don't usually give treats for the leave it, but instead I'll offer her a treat and tell her take it. So if she does something, like if you're on a walk and she's really interested in something, you tell her to leave it, and she does, then you can give her something else and tell her to take it. And by using both of these consistently, she'll look to you whether or not she can leave it or take it, and you will tell her which one. So, let me start off here. First, I have just a lint roller, nothing too exciting. Come here, Minji. Sit. Leave it. Leave it. Good girl. Okay, that was nice and easy. Good girl, take it. Good, take it. Good girl. No, leave it. That was good. I always like to test them again. Take it. After I give them a treat, because sometimes then they want to go back towards the object. You can see she pawed at it. Leave it. Good girl. Take it. Good girl, Minji. Good girl. Okay. So, that was pretty good. Now, I'm going to grab a roll of tape. Something else is not going to hurt Minji if she does grab it, but she has no use for a roll of tape. So, Minji, sit. Leave it. job, Minge. Leave it. Good, Eva. Good girl. Good girl, Mingy. Take it. Good job. Okay, easy peasy. So now I'm going to do something a little bit more challenging. This here is a dog collar, and so it smells like a dog. It's definitely a used one, so Mingy might be interested in trying to really go for it, to smell it, and to see who was wearing it. So Mingy, come here. Sit. Leave it. Leave it. Okay, that was really good. Usually, she has been laying down when I tell her to leave it, but her toes are touching it, and she is lifting her toes off. But good girl, take it. Good girl, Minge. Leave it. Good, leave it. Good girl. Take it. Good girl. That was very cute. Every time that her foot touched it, she picked it back up and was trying to get away from it. So, that's really good. It tells me you guys have worked on leave it before, and so she does kind of understand it. Now I'm going to toss this down again while I'm standing up. And the only reason why I'm down on her level is so I can really control her and prevent her from looking at this. So, good girl, Mingy. Good girl. Okay, last one for the leave it. Most challenging for last, of course. This is a measuring cup. We used to measure the food for the boarding dogs here. And so it has little bits of kibble all over it. Smells very delicious. And Mingy is a chow hound. So this one's going to be a bit more difficult. Leave it. Good, leave it. Good girl. Take it. Good girl, Mingy. Okay, now we're going to walk around it, see how she does. Leave it. Good, leave it. Good girl. Good girl, Mingy. Good job. All right, that was absolutely awesome. This is the best leave it I've seen for a first timer. Good job, Mingy. Take it. All right, so that was really good. Now we're going to do a little bit of drop it. So I'm going to grab a tennis ball, since that is Mingy's favorite thing to play with here. Now with drop it, a lot of times the dog doesn't want to give something up because if they feel like you're trying to just take it from them, they feel even more desperate to hang on to it. So for drop it, we do a trade instead of taking. So I'm going to use treats for this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the treat right next to her face off and hold the treat up and tell her to drop it. So she has to open her mouth, which will let me grab the ball and turn her head in order to get the treat. So I'm trading her a delicious treat for this tennis ball. So let's see here. Good girl. She's already ahead of me. As soon as my hand goes in the treat pouch, she's already in. Good girl. Drop it. Good, drop it. Good girl. Good, drop it, Mingy. Mingy, sit. Good girl. Come here, Mingy. Drop it. Good, drop it. Good girl. Okay, she is super focused on the food. So, because she'll drop it anytime, right away, as soon as she sees you dealing with food, try to sneak treats into your pocket, maybe without her knowing. Don't advertise it or anything to her. So that way you can really practice drop it. You can ask her to drop it first, see if she does it, and then if she does not, then you pull the treat out and ask her to drop it. Because as soon as the food comes out, she's great about dropping it. Go get it, Minge. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Good job, Mingy. Drop it. Good, drop it. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, working with her in here one-on-one. Let's be thinking she does just want to keep the toy away from the other dogs because she's given the ball up absolutely no problem. job, Minji. Drop it.
Good, drop it, good girl. Good girl, drop it, good job.
Okay, so she's doing really well with this. So my suggestion would be to, again, maybe have a couple of treats hidden in your pocket. Hopefully she can't smell them. And just when you're playing, if every time she comes back with the ball, tell her to drop it. If she spits it out before you tell her to drop it, reward her for a good drop it. That's called rewarding in the act. So even though you didn't ask her to, you praise her when she does it on her own. And so then it's up to you if you want to give her a treat after that or not. And hopefully that will help with her drop it. But she did really well on both of these. So good job, Minji. All right, this was Rachel and Minji. We were working on drop it and leave it.